All right, we're back. So we've got some SM64. We've got a race actually, which is a good time. Before I head it over, there's a donation incentive. So if you guys want to see one of these two guys talk to Yoshi after the run, put money towards that. But for now, Badronis, it is all up to you.
All right. What is up, everyone? We've got a 120 race going on today between Drogie and Tabascoth, two runners. Drogie is from Switzerland, Tabascoth is from Austria. Both of them, part of the German-speaking part of the community, I guess, but they will definitely banter a lot with you if you actually catch them in voice sometime. But this is going to be a pretty cool race because they're really well known for their game knowledge, and especially a lot of like little optimizations and lag reductions that they've come up with. But if you watch them play, they're actually quite good as well. So hopefully we see some of that today. Drogie has currently a 143.46 and Tabascoth has a 143.21. And both of these are in the last 2 weeks. So these runners have actually been doing a lot of RTA recently, and that's not actually too common for them. So it's actually a pretty exciting time to watch them race. This is kind of like a friendly rivalry, you could say. And I'm excited to see how it goes. All right, let's get it started. If everyone's ready, we'll maybe count down. If, yeah, why not? 3, 2, 1, go.
It's me, Mario.
All right. So if you have been watching the event, it is, of course, to
Here we go.
they're like pretty solid. 12.5 is about as good as you can get without, doing some crazy shenanigans that you can't do in normal runs. So 12.8, 12.7. And into WOMS, the first main stage of 120 star. And I would say, like, relative to some of the later ones, there's probably not going to be as much time loss, likely. But it is not one of the easy stages. Just people have a lot of experience with it from doing it first. So stuff like 100 coin Owlus, they're quite difficult, but runners tend to be pretty good at them. So we have outlets coming out from both, so maybe they actually communicated to do the same star order, but they both got it. There's other things working in that trick. You've got Mario's triple jump height. The biggest thing is that you wall kick at the top of your triple jump, so that way you have enough room to move into the cage. But it also has to do with the frame you wall kick on. There are 5 frames to wall kick. And, oh, going for cannonless here, Drogie actually messed up. He's going to go for this backup. You can do a rollout, which is how you recover from a dive. In the meantime, Tab is going for 100 coin. Looking pretty good here. Win for the pro cycle. You don't see that too often, but it's quite difficult, which involves getting as many coins as you can before that cycle on the circular wooden plank. And Drogie did end up at least getting the canless set up first try, so that's good. But going for a pretty weird 100 coin movement. I think he kind of forgot what he was supposed to be doing. Or maybe this is just the way he approaches the same cycle, because he is going for the pro cycle here. You see that wood plank already start moving, but he jumps to it. So pretty nice from Drogie to convert the cycle, but he can't miss any more coins. That's another one of the kind of drawbacks to what he did. He actually kind of purposely missed 2 of them. You don't want to miss them. So as long as he doesn't miss any more, he's fine. So it looks like he's good. Pretty good start for both these runners. Nothing huge to speak of. But Tabs is going for that cannon instead of grabbing the ledge. A very nice job there. Alright, both of them going for wild blue, so you can really see the real-time sync now. Tabas only a few seconds ahead. Okay, pretty easy start here. Just the Womp King, one of the 4 mini bosses in the game. But, you know, seeing as we're speedrunners and these are supposed to be, nice alarm there. For casual players, this one doesn't take too much time at all. In fact, you can actually ground pound him as he attacks you and go through the body. Because when you ground pound, Mario kind of just like becomes invincible for that short period. Alright, a really nice Woms for Tabascoth. Gonna be a 640. And Drogie, like, good bonk there. You know, less than 10 seconds behind. Only like 7. So really good Woms to see. The only mistake was Drogie missing the initial movement to get up for candleness and also a couple bonks. You know. Mario's head not feeling too good over there, but both of them heading into Jolly Roger Bay, and this is one of the more like relaxing stages in the run as well, as opposed to Woms, which is like pretty short and sweet. Like every star is like really quick rapid fire. You get through it in only a few seconds. Jolly Roger Bay, you have to swim, and to get you know, to cover long distances, you just cutting out a swim a lot. So we'll see a lot of swimming. And a lot of optimization in terms of both the lines you take and the lag reduction. So we'll see Tabascoth here. He's actually going to clog grip the controller. So if you think of the N64 controller here, you use the A button to swim, and there's 4 C buttons. So he's using his index finger to hold like C right and C up, while, you know, rhythmically tapping A to swim. So we'll see that a lot through JRB. And believe me, if you don't do it, you will lose a whole lot of time in this stage. But we have some of the best lag reducers in the game, so hopefully it won't even look like anything's going on. You never know, the N64 had such a, you know, lag issue. Alright, good chip clip there. Getting into the corner of those polygons where the ship meets the seafloor to help you actually enter it quicker than letting the eel swim around. Drogie going for it as well, very fast. And getting in there. It takes some time to get used to because the eel is still there. So there's the entry zone to the ship, and then there's the eel. So when you try to get in there, you have to swim upward into the loading zone without touching the eel, and that can be a little bit specific. So good to not have any issues there. I really hate to curse the run, but this is a pretty solid start thus far. Interesting, Tabascoth going for Jetstream. Quite an easy star. You're supposed to get the metal cap for it, but turns out you can just swim right on top and grab it pretty much for free as long as you actually swim in the correct rhythm. Drogie doing the 100 coin, and I actually really like this star. I think JRB is kind of one of those stages that some people think is really boring. I'm not really one of them. I think this star is actually quite cool. You have to touch these clams just at the edge of their hitbox to grab the red coins that they try to hide. And that's always a bit of a challenge. Just kind of the movement is pretty cool. You know, the cave section is not too crazy. There's a lot of just going from point A to point B. So we'll actually see Drogie leave as Tabascoth enters. Grabbing those blue coins is something that takes a little bit of practice because unfortunately when you do dive rollouts, you will actually roll out over a blue coin if you have the spacing wrong. So you'll actually have to run a little bit between your dives, which is not optimal, but necessary if you want to get all the blue coins. And in Jolly Roger Bay, unlike Womps, which has like 141 total coins, Jolly Roger Bay only has 104. So blue coin is 5, which means if you miss one blue coin, you actually can't complete the star. So that's actually something that can go wrong. So we have Drogie getting through it onto the ship, grabbing that 6th coin, avoiding that spooky box. I don't know. It'll just knock you over. You can actually jump on top of it, but the hitbox is kind of finicky, and you're probably likely to hit the side. Tabascoth also going for that wall kick. Very nice slide off into the triple jump. Lag reduction on the ship and C up to avoid the lag that comes from all those polygons being on screen. Pretty nice. Weird kick. You usually want to ground pound stars to fall. Drogie going for that jet stream, doing kind of a Mario Cam lag reduction, which is actually different than what Tabascoth did, so I'm wondering which saves more, because I'd like to know. We'll have to ask them about that later. Cannon shot, you know, if you've been around in the last year or so, you've known that that's actually one of the most controversial things to happen in the last year. With such an old game, even like little rule changes take a long time and cause a lot of argument. We eventually voted against allowing analog to digital mapping for this star. So there's a frame walk you can do by repeatedly holding the control stick in what we would just say neutral position, and then very quickly alternating like a forward direction and neutral. So you can like climb up one of these spikes. I don't really know what they are. They're kind of like dead tree trunks or like really big rock like stalagmites. Not stalagmites, but you know, you get the idea. They're just random rocks. You've got one more star for Tabas and JRB, and likewise, one more for Drogie. So I think overall, the lead has been extended just a little bit for Tabascoth, but not by a whole lot. It's been a very solid JRB for both of them. We'll see Drogie looking far away from the middle of the stage. Alright, that'll be it for the water level. There's one more later on, but that one is a bit more meaningful because you have one of the hardest stars in the run in Dire Dock with the 100 coin there. That is super pivotal for the run. If you like to watch top level 120 attempts, it's always a nail biter once you get to that point of the run, because like you can afford to lose a little bit of time sometimes, but the mistakes in that star will often lose you like 20-30 seconds a piece. So like just messing up once will really kill your run, unless it's like a god run and you can keep going a little bit, but then that would still kill the god run. All right, decent slides once again. This is the first cap we collect in the game. Now, I mentioned the metal cap we didn't need for the star in JRB, and it turns out we don't even need it at all. So we won't actually be collecting that cap, but we still do have to get its star. There is a cavern of the metal cap with 8 red coins. So we'll be getting those coins, but actually not pressing the cap switch because of the text. Just takes a little bit longer and we don't need it. But in this case, you can hit the switch and then grab the star, which means while the text is waiting to appear, you actually grab the star and trigger the star cutscene. Flying off the switch as well is a nice optimization to go, it's like half a second faster than landing. So really cool there. Takes some precise flying, and flying is not easy in this game. We'll see a lot more flying later on, but that's it takes a lot of control. Because of the text, just takes a little bit longer. For this stage here, Dark World also takes quite a bit of control on the ground. If you mess up, you are quite likely to die. That's also one of the issues of Bowser's stages. And in this stage, you're focusing on the cycle that comes from this yellow block that Tabas is jumping to. We call that Shig cycle, very, common standard RTA cycle there. Drogie also going to be going for that. A little bit of a mistake from Tabas, but really recovering well, not having any issues. Being back on his feet. Drogie actually having some sloppy movement, barely made it over to that island. Still catching Shig. Bowser's stages. And in this stage, you're focusing on the cycle that comes from this yellow block that Tabas is jumping to. And yeah, both runners entering the first Bowser fight. Uncharacteristic miss from Tabas. Recovering well, not having any issues. Back on his feet. Drogie actually having some sloppy movement. Barely made it over to that island. Still catching Shig. Bowser's stages. And in this stage, you're focusing on the cycle that comes from this yellow block. And yeah, both runners. And shoutouts to Yale and Lance, which is Teria. Characteristic miss from Tabas. I will never say that right. Alright, Tabascoth and Bob on Battlefield, and this is actually a star that he holds the, we would say spreadsheet record for. Uncharacteristic bonk there, but when you try to go fast, trying to actually cut that long jump really tight is quite difficult. And the reason why you go for a long jump there is because there's a tiny little ledge between the border that you run around of the mountain and then like the little warp where the cannonballs come out. So you can long jump up there to just have a faster transition into the warp. It doesn't say very much though. I'm not sure if Drogie will go for it. And even top runners don't necessarily go for it either. Doesn't save a whole lot. Okay, he did. Yeah, both these runners definitely like to go out on strats and optimizations, and I think like lag reductions especially are something that a lot of runners overlook, or at least don't go to the extent that these guys do to minimize. So that'll be 1 star down for Drogie. Tabascoth having a little bit of issue there with those wall kicks. You really have to get a lot of height to get over with 4. So needed to kind of hold back a little bit to make sure he didn't dive too early. And going down here, this is one of several alternate routes. So the way that the Koopa works is he runs at a certain speed while you're racing, and then once you finish, he will speed up to finish faster. But if you get close to the Koopa again, he'll slow down a bit. So what you want to do is you want to finish the race as fast as possible, but then you also want to try to stay away from him until the end. So this is what Tabascoth is doing. He went kind of far around the Koopa trajectory, and also getting up there with the cannon shot nice and easy. We just have so much time to waste while opening the Koopa by waiting for the Koopa that we can go all the way back down, open the cannon, and then go all the way back up. Kind of one of the more humorous things about that. Drogie took a little bit of a time loss there from a failed rollout, but it won't actually lose him any time if he beats the Koopa to the top, which he should by all means. Alright, now Tabascoth doing a sky jump star. That was a very sketchy flight. You usually have a lot more speed than that. Going for the cannon shot. Kind of nice that they do the same start order, because sometimes people will go for 100 coin first. Oh, Drogie went with so much speed there, he wasn't expecting to get over the cannon. So he's gonna have to redo this, or just go in the cannon, that works too. Aiming for the tree, which is kind of like the intended strat. Alright, 100 coin here. This is one of the more difficult stars we've had yet in the run, and it also involves a good bit of randomness. So there's this Koopa here. He's a little bit random, so are these Goombas. You gotta collect their coins. Tabascoth got pretty good RNG. Nice reaction to collect them all in a pretty smooth line. Going for the shell jump here, you actually want to land on the green slope. You used to go straight to the white slope and just try to like spam A to get over it. But you can actually get a nice shell jump off of the green slope. A little bit faster. Drogie missing the secret. I don't know which one it was. Okay. Yeah, unfortunate time loss as well. Tabascoth missed another coin. Would have had 50. 51 is perfect, so he went from only missing 1 to missing 2. Not the worst thing. Also went for an instant cannon shot. This is kind of nuts. He's at 58 coins. 63 out of the airs. Okay, but it's not the best. He's going to need to get all 4 pulls at the end and a Goomba, or he can get the box. Are you going for the Goomba? which is which is faster than the box, but it also means that you can't miss any coins from the pulls, and the RNG can kind of screw you over. So he's just gonna have to hope for the pulls to be nice to him. Tabas is a bit of a BOB king. He has the 100 coin record, or at least he did. Drogie going for these 100 coin rings as well, getting 49 in the cannon, also pretty decent. He might be able to get some more out of the air though. He lines up the cannon shot a bit better, yep. So flying through these ones, pretty nice turn there. Actually really didn't lose much speed at all, but wasn't able to turn around quickly enough. 64 out of the air is still a bit better because you don't have to risk a Goomba, or if you get the Goomba, it gives you an extra coin. But Tabascoth running away with a 23-43 lobby. This is quite a solid run. I would say in the 23-minute time is pretty decent, especially considering that LBLJ saves about 10 seconds. And top runners would get like, you know, 23 like 10s or 23 OX. So 23-43, very solid for Tabas. Drogie very unsure of what coins he wants. I don't know why he's like spending so much time getting more backups. Yeah, this is kind of a mess. He's probably gonna be laughing about that one. Yeah, getting the box and killing a Goomba and then doing all this other crap makes no sense. Tabascoth really trying to back up this pillarless. He was able to get the regrab on the hill, which you need to extend the bomb timer. Otherwise, it'll blow up by the time you like start crossing the quicksand. But he does end up getting in, and that's quite impressive considering like how weird that beginning was. And this is like the hardest stage in the run. A lot of people would agree. Going for Talons. Not sure why he does the Mario Cam there. Looks pretty darn cool. Oh no, Tabas! Wow, he missed the ledge. So what you want to do is a long jump onto the side of the pyramid so you slide down. But he overshot it, and that's really bad. If he hadn't got the jump, he would have surely died. Which would suck, because Talons is actually not one of the hard stars in the stage, even if it might look a little impressive. Drogie getting that pillarless. Alright, getting in there. On the same Tabascoth going for 100 coin very early on. Pretty much the only requirement to do 100 coin is that you get Talons. So and it's not really even a hard requirement. You just don't want the bird to be flying around the pillars when you jump off of them. So Drogie getting Talons now. And Tabascoth showing off some nice flying there in the air. It looks like a lag reduction on the box. A very interesting movement and like very clean. Also getting a chance to bop the bird. Gotta feel good about that one. This has been a really good outside. There's a lot of RNG to worry about as well, which means that like you're not going to get a perfect outside the pyramid every time. But he's making it in with like no issues. Nice long jump on the side of the pyramid. That takes a lot of control to get the long jump off. Alright, what's he going to do here? Not going for the... Oh, that's a big fall from Tabas. Biggest mistake of the run, in fact. He's going to have to do some backups here. What's he going to do? Alright, going for the secret coins first, and then he's going to have to go back up. This is a really big time loss, because in the pyramid, there's no quick way to get up to the top. And you can't leave the pyramid once you're in it either. That's the other thing. So when you're outside, like... once you go inside, you're stuck inside. So Tabascoth has to actually get back up to the top. And this really sucks. Getting on these like moving staircases is super annoying. Drogie getting bopped by the bird. Not the worst thing, but definitely not as clean of an outside. But he has so much time to save on the inside. compared to Tabascoth. He was really trying to move this along, but the thwomp is not helping him. Alright, he's back up to the top. You saw how long that took. He's got to be frustrated because that was a really good run. Definitely, like, you know, along his lobby PB pace. And they were saying that either this is going to be a good run or it's going to go, like, all the way down the toilet, you know. So hopefully this doesn't snowball out of control. I have a feeling Tabas can recover. But when you have a mistake like this, it can be pretty hard to get back on track. Drogie going for the monkey bars, showing off an animation we almost never see in the speedrun. Because it's just so slow. Neither of them did Sicko Dive, which I'm kind of disappointed in. Alright, Tabascoth going for topless here. This is a strat where you might have seen when Tabascoth was falling down the pyramid that the cage you land in sinks to the bottom, and that's how you get into this mini boss. But you really don't need to go through the top. You can just get a nice wall kick off of the kind of red pillar in the center, and like just with some nice angled maneuvers in the quicksand, you can get that nice wall kick ledge grab. So finishing that star up pretty nicely. And Drogie doing reds. This is one of the stars that have been very difficult in the last, you know, year or two with some new developments, but keeping it pretty safe. He's not going for the wall bounce into the flying. We'll see if Tabascoth goes for it. So the first part when you go up this hill is very precarious because if you don't get over it, you obviously slide all the way back down and die. Tabascoth is going for it, going down the pyramid here and going for a triple jump off the invisible boundary to gain that speed. And this lets him get all the coins out of the air. Oh, but he's missed that one. It's very unfortunate. Probably gonna have to land. Yeah, he should have landed. Looking for a safe place to kind of roost for a second. Lost a lot of time. Not just because of missing the coin, but of losing all the speed that he got. And he's dying as well, falling in the quicksand. That'll put Drogie in the lead. Saving topless for last, I guess. Kind of interesting. Getting it, no problem. So here we got Tabas going down again. Not the best speed, but he can still grab all 4 coins. Very good flying there. That was a tight arc. He went from pretty much right above the quicksand at the bottom to being nearly above the fence to grabbing the red coin. Alright, going for this again. This is a really hard part of the star. Okay, missing the Z press, but able to get the backup. Might get squished. Okay, going very safe around these blocks, and I don't blame him at all. Dying here is one of the worst feelings. And if you thought SSL was hard, this one might kind of follow that trend. This is Hazy Maze Cave 100 coin, one of the longest stars in the game, and having a lot of the most unique movement, like right here. This long jump, grabbing the red coin, you there's a pretty conveniently placed rock there that you can butt slide off of, and that wall kick is, you know, pretty classy. So that's the cavern. One of the harder parts of the star for sure, but there's also the maze, which is maybe a bit more annoying than it is difficult, but in itself, like, does pose a few movement challenges. Grabbing the blue coins here is pretty good. Oh, missing one. Alright, gotta avoid the sniff and actually dodging some bullets like Neo in the Matrix, like really surprising. Also with the green tint of the maze, kind of fits the analogy, but Tabascoth rage pauses coming out after missing that long jump into the wall kick. And a missed BLJ attempt from Drogie. This is probably one of the most failed parts of the star, just because it's something that we don't do quite often, as we use this elevator. As it's going upward, we can use the momentum to begin a BLJ backward long jump. So as he gets it here, so second try is okay. Taking a lot of BLJs in the fence to clip in, though. He had very little speed. You can actually go right through it at the, like, as soon as you hit it, if you're going pretty fast and you have like enough time to mash a lot. You know, I also want to shout out Tabascoth. He made a tutorial video for HMC 100 coin, which was actually like very well explained and in depth. Going for a wall kick there with a few different optimizations. That one didn't really save much time, but it kind of helped set up the angle for the second sniff it. And also one thing he did was when his spacing was off to get to the blue switch, instead of doing a jump dive rollout, he actually did a long jump, which kind of had the perfect height. Oh, that's a good BLJ right there. Shooting through on the first air BLJ. So saving some time there. I don't really know if this is faster than what Drogie did with missing the BLJ on his first attempt, so we'll have to see how this works out. Alright, at the end, you have to worry about the eyeball RNG here. Not getting enough height to wall kick on that double jump. It was very close to the wall. Alright, you gotta stop in this cork block, ground pound here, and then this triple jump wall kick here to ledge grab. So pretty good ending. Not good RNG though. You'd like the blue coin to fall, and preferably toward you. But Drogie is also not capitalizing on his advantage, really taking a long time. You can see the lag if you actually look for it. Like, Mario slows down like he's in syrup. Big trigger there to mess that one up. All right, nice maze clip for Tabascoth, going for that long jump. Kind of hitting a nice spot on the wall next to the red cage. It's one of those long jumps from the game that is just barely long enough to work. Because once your long jump kind of goes most of its distance, you just fall. So you lose that height pretty quickly. And you kind of arc down so you can barely get a wall kick before you hit the ground and take a lot of fall damage. Because you'll take 4 points of fall damage and like get flattened. Okay, Drogie going for metal cap, I believe. Interesting to wait on the box jumps, but like I guess he probably did Christmas Miracle as a backup for the first one. Tabascoth also coming down here. We'll see them both do metal cap. Now what you want to see from a good metal cap is to get all these coins in the water without seeing the metal cap timer blink, which means you only have like a few seconds of error before you actually have to get the metal cap. So good job for Drogie. Now Tabascoth, he has to nail this. Getting that kick into the water to grab the fifth one. All good from here on out. Got a tiny little blink at the end, but he is in position to grab the star. So yeah, both Drogie and Tabas having some issues in HMC, but saving some face here. Drogie getting that maze clip as well. Very good to see. Nice speed kick after killing the Sniffet. The triple jump wall kicks here always look very impressive because you're wall kicking off of what looks like nothing, but it's just a black wall. Which means everything is internal timing. There's no visual cue. And you just have to hit that 0.16 of a second, which is a fairly big window, but if you think about it, 0.16 to press A on a wall that you can't even see is pretty impressive. So yeah, we like to see that. And Drogie already done. So it seems like he's still come out on top in this HMC exchange. Tabascoth is kind of slipping away with this one. Alright, good job avoiding the boulders on that RNG. Oh my god, Tabascoth having some issues. Okay, able to roll out there. The rock pit underneath there is very dangerous. Alright, Drogie entering Lethal Lava Land.
Then in 2 weeks I'll be doing this and I'll...
Alright, first star in Lethal Lava Land, good for Drogie there. Tabascoth still trying to finish up HMC. So about a 40-second lead, maybe. A little bit of flying here on the wing cap. Very short one though. Alright. So compared to SSL and HMC, Lethal Lava Land is not quite as hard, but it's kind of like a sleeper. Even though it looks like very dangerous because of all the lava, there's really not that much to be scared of. But when you kind of mess up on these bully stars like Drogie's doing, good kill on that guy. You know, you can fall in the lava, you can get hit off the edge and lose a lot of time. And there's also the 100 coin, which is like a pretty fun, like kind of carefree beginning with the shell. But if you break the shell, you're screwed. And you can also die inside the volcano. I want to point out that strat from Tabascoth, doing a triple jump dive on the wing cap, getting a lot of airtime actually increases Mario's speed. Because when you're on the ground, you're kind of fixed as to how fast you can go. But in the air, you can like go a bit faster. Alright, nice ledge up skip here for Tabascoth on the bully. I forgot to mention this before, but they changed the camera in such a way that you can get a quite precise long jump to run right onto that bully platform without a ledge grab. If you kind of jump off of that flame shooter box normally, you will just ledge grab and have to get up. So that loses about a second. Alright, we have 100 coin coming out here for Drogie. And he is like the master of shell riding. I don't know what it is, but he understands these mechanics so well in terms of like how to space out these jumps. So getting around the eyeball there, a bit of reaction there. The eyeball will be looking in a random direction when you approach it. All right, very clean. Also getting a bit of lag reduction on those bullies. It does get very laggy around that last ring of 8. And entering the volcano with 80 coins, there are 20 left to get. And coming out the volcano, there are a few dangerous spots. Getting around this bully here, around this like falling block. Oh, getting a ledge grab actually saved I think he's more likely to fall there. Rolling out over the flame shooter, but touching it at the last second, not going to grab that little bit of time save. So, sloppy volcano, but he doesn't die. After all. Tabascoth coming around now at the eyeball, grabbing these coins to make up for the time you have to wait for the blue coin to appear. All right, Drogie is now going into the volcano for elevator tour. And then up with like a low 44 lethal avalanche time. A bit of yawn there. Oh, Tabascoth, a bit of a booty burn. Just like Drogie, those flame shooters are quite hard to get around, if I'm being perfectly honest. Alright, this is difficult though. Watch Drogie. He's gonna have to grab this bunny. And he missed it. And the bunny is running the wrong way. And he went for it again, but was able to grab it. So yeah, there's definitely been some time lost in basement. This is kind of how the run goes. You know, you can be as good as anyone in lobby, but man, once you get down here, some stuff's going wrong. And on 2 HP, he has to be very careful. I would see him. Yeah, I would expect him to go very safe around these flame shooters. Because if he touches one, he will die and lose all the progress he made collecting the 100 coins. Well, I mean, he has the start, but he would have to, like, go back and redo Lava Boost. And we go from the frying pan into the fire back into some more hot sauce. We have Vanish Cap, one of the easiest stars to die on. And you thought I was going to say one of the easiest stars. It's not. But pretty smooth, all things considered, for Drogie. Going for a kind of safer cycle here. And nailing the Siglemic. Which we also skipped the text from the blue Vanish Cap switch. Alright, but that is gonna be the sauce for basement out of the way for Drogie. He's gonna be coming back up into easier territory in Cool Mountain, one of the lobby stages that we don't actually do. Well, not always in the beginning of the game. Just because it's easy and we can save it for later in order to do basement first. But throwing my point to the wind is Drogie, who actually just goes ahead and dies on the very first star. Wall kicks will work, where you actually do a pretty swaggy backflip wall kick to land on this little ice bridge to grab the star. Oh, Tabascoth. That was... Alright, he's good. He's good. Not getting on top of the blue switch. That's one problem, because you want to get max height on your triple jump when you wall kick as well. If you remember when I was talking about Owlus, a lot of things in this game, you want to like try to maximize the height you get when you wall kick. So you want to start your triple jump kind of toward the farther edge of the blue switch so you can have more airtime before you hit the wall. So the flip side of that is if you go a bit too far, then you end up ledge grabbing, and that kind of ruins it. See some red coins for Drogie. That's probably one of the cooler pieces of movement in this stage. Probably the only real swag coming out here. Boldly long jumping over the gaps. But pretty nice. Tabascoth, interesting camera here. He has like so many different cameras for these kind of stars, and they seem to work sometimes, but not always. So the logic is up for debate, but sometimes, you know, you just mess up and that's all there is to it. What's going on with... Okay, saving the penguin and subsiding away. So pretty much comfy, easy stars to fill in a bit of time. Not too much to worry about. Not going in for the... Well, you didn't get the moonwalk. Tabascoth, another interesting camera to get into the chimney. We'll see if he gets the moonwalk. You'll know it when you see it. It's like a bit like a Hess in Zelda, where you actually hold, you know, to move backwards. But it's like for a half a second, so it's not very long at all. Now, what really makes Kulku Mountain an easy stage is the 100 coin. You pretty much collect a few sliding down the big slope here. Tabascoth going in with a slide kick. That is super cool. If you look at the way he's sliding, he's not on his butt like Drogie is. He is going in a full athletic baseball slide. But yeah. Interesting to see that. And going into the chimney, as opposed to Drogie, he went in with 24. Tabascoth has 34. What he did here was grab the blue coin switch, which gives you 10 extra coins. And he has the opportunity to go for a little skip here. Grabbing every coin is necessary here to do it. And he's going straight off the edge. Oh my god. He's going to have to jump kick backwards, but the penguin's already rubber banding. So this is like nightmare scenario. You went for the strat and then you missed a coin, which means you're not going to have 100 at the end of the slide, because it's a coin perfect strat, which makes it very difficult. No, please do not do this Tabascoth. That's going to take like 3 minutes. What you're supposed to do is get the 100 coin star and then race the penguin again. This is maybe the worst thing you can do. Tabascoth, please. This is just a straight meme at this point. Oh my god, Tabascoth, why? Why would you do this to me? You're gonna make me watch you and commentate you doing this. And he also has to keep changing direction. This is kind of interesting to see just from a mechanical standpoint. You have to keep changing the direction so you can kick backwards. Because if you go into a belly slide, you can't roll out of it and you're essentially stuck unless you clip an edge and go into the butt slide again. Yeah, Tabascoth wins and the race. It's over. He's won. I just want to appreciate how long it takes to do this. It's literally going to take like another minute. So I should reiterate, if you are in this position, what you should do is you should finish the race, you should grab another coin to get the 100 coin star, and then you should go back into the chimney and do the slide skip for penguin race. It'll lose like 45 seconds. Oh no, please. He's got to change his angle. Okay. There he goes. He's got the 100 coin star, and now he's going all the way back down. Congratulations, Tabascoth. I am honestly impressed by the dedication to go all the way up the slide. That's the thing about this game though. Tabascoth going for like a 1 second improvement with the slide strat, and then it turned out to be like a 2-minute time loss. What do you know? Like going for the swag, but landing on the tree. All right, finishing up Reds there with a pretty okay set of movements, but Drogie is already doing BBH 100 coin, which is, in my opinion, a really cool star. It's all these like individual rooms that are like mini stars. You know, it's very like compartmentalized. Fun fact, there are actually no yellow coins that you collect in the house. They are all blue coins or red coins. Which appeared on the last edition of the SM64 quiz, which was hosted by Drogie and Tabascoth. They are hosting another one today. What do you know? Oh my god, Drogie with the insane daredevil backup. When you run off the edge like that, you kind of reset the boost position flag or something along those lines, and he goes back to the middle. All right. We got a few more stars in Big Busan. Wrong door. Kind of surprising to see Drogie hit the right door instead of the left. Gonna be taking a bit more time. And also getting a bad angle. Alright, Tabascoth finally in BBH going for Ghost Hunt. Pulling that one off. And on the other hand, Drogie going for Merry-Go-Round. This is kind of interesting because, like, the way you kill the Big Boo at the end of this is kind of cool. You actually will kind of do the hits in a very specific way. The slide to take him to the right. The Boo also goes the way you're facing. So you take him to the right here where the star spawns, and then for the last hit, you hit him to the left. Because that's where he's closest to the wall. And that means he will actually die and spawn the star while you're still in the air. If you ground pound him to the right, then you'll ground pound all the way to the ground and spawn the star. So you'll actually collect it in the middle of the ground pound by going to the left. So right, and then left. As you saw from Tabascoth. Alright, now 1 star left for your boy Drogie. Tabascoth going for the classic punch as opposed to the long jump. Alright, you might remember earlier in the run I said that JRB, Jolly Roger Bay, was a pretty relaxing stage. But DDD is not the same way. Dire Docks has a very difficult and infamous 100 coin star that involves a lot of lag, you know, a lot of technical movement, and, you know, a fair bit of swimming that's also kind of precise. So going down here for the 5 coins and dropping down on this line, this is a pretty advanced way to do it. You can actually go the opposite direction and it's only a little bit slower, but you go really close to the whirlpool. But I would expect nothing less from Drogie, one of the most, like, people famous for just being a great swimmer. As I say that, he misses 2 coins at the top of the ring, but overall not too bad. He's going to be coming up here, I mean, after 20 seconds of swimming, to the subsection, which is what is like a lot more hype. We'll see what strats he wants to go for. And you can definitely take it easy on the sub, but there's one thing you can't get away from, and that's his triple jump dive at the end. The triple jump dive in Mario is pretty much a piece of movement that tries to go, like, cover a lot of distance and height at the same time. And it's actually a little bit more optimal to triple jump and then dive a few frames later to cover a bit more distance. And you're gonna need to really hit your triple jump at the very edge of the sub. I mean, I know Drogie fell off, which sucks, but honestly, that's not even the worst thing that can happen by far in this star. All right, Sauce with the kick. Recoil kick on the wall. All right, he's got the first 3. Now there's one more, and this triple jump dive. Well, first there's front sub, which is just very annoying, but he's got that. Setting up for it. He's got the angle right at the edge. Is that enough? Yes, it is. So Drogie gonna be getting through in one piece. In the meantime, we've got Tabascoth on 65 stars. The CCM thing definitely lost him the race. Like, it's almost unbelievable that it was decided in the easiest stage in the run. But that's what happens when you know, try to risk things by going for more advanced strats. Sometimes they don't work out. And that's just kind of the game of being a Mario speedrunner. And that's kind of the fun of it as well. Drogie is, like, very famous for these swimming stars, by the way, like just swimming through the chests. He actually kind of messed it up, but he has the spreadsheet record for that star, and, like, was able to tie the ideal run, which is like a human theory task. Alright, Tabascoth also doing DDD 100, going for the more advanced coin line order. Swing up through these rings is actually a pretty nice kind of routing for this, because you can get through half of those rings without actually having to turn around like you do for the last one. Because, like, you do just have to sit there and wait for the camera to turn, and he actually did it quite fast. There's just a lot more going on there. Alright, now in the meantime, we'll switch to Drogie, who's in Fire Seed, the second Bowser stage, and has a very well-known cycle in it called Lava Boost Early Ellies, which means if you don't make any mistakes here and you can get all the coins, you can make a long jump to a rising platform here. This is kind of sketchy though. I don't know if this is good enough. We'll have to see. It's going to be close. Double walk is off the triple jump. And meanwhile, Tabascoth doing the sub, but Drogie, I think he's just about got it. Oh, he actually had a bit more room than I gave him credit for. What do you know? We actually have sauce going on both screens right now, but Drogie really getting those rollouts. 7 red coins, and Tabascoth also at 7. Drogie finally getting the last red. Kind of hard to go back and forth there, but it's unfortunate that we can't watch both. Tabascoth going for a very fast camera setup. Will that be good? Yes, it is. Very impressive DDD 100 for him, and I would say both of them did pretty okay as far as I'm concerned. If you watch any 120 attempts, you'll know that that start does not go well all the time, or even all that often. Good throw for Drogie. What is he doing? Oh my god. Please. Please. Drogie. My dude. What are you doing? Like, is his controller, like, screwing up or what? Oh my god. Oh my god. What was that? He actually went for the side flip grab. That's unbelievable. Like, because Bowser will turn as soon as you get, like, behind him. So he'll just start turning the other way. I have no idea how he got that to work out. Okay, yeah, Hori malfunction. I believe it. That did not look like something Drogie would be doing. Alright, we'll have to see what happens in Bowser 3. Because there are obviously some more throws left to do. That could be a problem for sure. Alright. The Manta Star, the big thing is to avoid getting trolled. You don't want to get trolled by the Manta. That's very bad. You lose a lot of time. And it's a speed run. Tabascoth going for a front sub. Quite difficult to get that turn, but he nails it. And it is time for Fire C. I can explain this maybe a bit more in detail. The lava boost is about the first 5 red coins in about 30 seconds of movement. You have to get a pretty good angle there to wall kick. And there's a pretty new, it's about a year old now, but like we used to do a different movement in the cage where we would touch the elevator first, then run around. But it's actually faster just to grab the red coin and then touch the elevator. Alright, Tabascoth getting lava boost as well. And let's see this ending. He's still in position to do it pretty smoothly. Rolling out over the 7th coin. Very cool piece of movement there. Avoiding the fire as well. Yeah, really good ending. Really, really good. So this star Drogie is doing is some garbage. This is the other one that you're supposed to have metal cap for. But just the swimming is very annoying. And even Drogie, like one of the best people at swimming, is missing it. Oh my god, he's probably salty. That's rough. Oh well. Gonna be a 107 up. So world record class is like 103 up. So this is not the greatest run ever, but this is probably still like, you know, mid 140s pace, 145-ish. But I am glad to see Tabascoth still going here. Like, he's only 3 stars behind. And even though that's a couple minutes, like, if you saw what happened in Cool Mountain, you would probably forgive him if he wanted to quit. but he's not, so nice to see it still going. A bit of a nice strat idea there for Drogie going for the wall kick off of the pillar, but didn't quite pull it off.
Here we go!
Tabascoth is currently having to fight to get a sub 150 kind of run. Just the way that the basement went as well. No, pretty big time loss there. Drogie taking a bonk on secrets. This is one of the coolest stars in the stage and is also very dangerous. But yeah, some spicy movement up here. Want to avoid this amp. Oh. Maybe trying to avoid a wall kick or what, Drogie? Oh, gotta get hepoed. Here comes the pancake. Nope. Okay. He actually managed to get out of there alive, which is kind of surprising. Still, pretty big time loss. Oh my god, he tried to go for the optimization of landing on the fence, which gives you like a different... Drogie missing wall kicks left and right. Oh my god. Drogie is definitely salty right now. He's also trying to get this back up so he can land on the star, but that didn't work so much either. Life is hard. I was going for the elevator. Now there are some triple jump wall. I mean Drogie. There are some triple jump wall kicks you can do to make this a bit faster. They save about like 4 seconds, like 2.5 for the first one, 1.5 for the second one. They're not big time saves. They're pretty difficult, so I'm not sure we'll see them. Yeah, Drogie just trying to make this a close race, letting Tabascoth catch up. Oh my god, Drogie has actually been getting beaten up this Wet Dry World. I can't believe it. Like, he's been getting destroyed. What is he doing? He was going for like Wet Dry World 100+ secrets. That's what you do in 70. It's actually the only stage where you actually do a different 100 coin in 70 and 120. Well, I shouldn't say that. CCM you do a different one, but it's almost the same. Alright, you're gonna reset this. The point of this is to get into the town without using the cannon. Using a huge speed boost off of the wall. But you know, we also see Tabascoth doing the 100 coins, so we can see how it's done, hopefully, with the Mario Cam changes. And there you have it. That was really smooth. Alright. Here we go though. Drogie going for the kind of annoying coin ring. Right. Going for the very cool movement there where you will actually side flip under it, under the first box to break and land on the second one. Tabascoth hitting the water lowering crystal. Having the first two coming around to this strat again, not getting the, you know, edge brush. Also missing the same strat as Drogie over here. So some similar looking spaghetti out of both these runners. But nice ending there. You actually go off of that corner. If you see when Tabascoth ran over that little, you know, gap over the corner, think of like, you know, when you cut that corner, Mario stutters a bit. That's because he was momentarily in the air. So that when you land again, you have the ability to double jump, which gives you enough height to land on the roof. So that's just a cool little nugget that might not be very much apparent to the eye. Oh my god, Drogie! I thought he was going to fall down. This has not been a good Windjammer World at all. Meanwhile, Tabascoth has actually been going pretty smoothly. We'll see what he can do on the secrets. There's a lot to work on here. He's looking pretty fast. Avoiding that amp. You also want to avoid breaking the box because the coins cause a lot of lag. Alright, another long jump. He actually dusted that so hard, and I can't believe that actually worked out in his favor. Like, I thought he was going to miss the long jump and single jump, and I thought he was going to hit the fence in the same way Drogie did, but he landed on top of it, showing what it's supposed to look like. You know, you go into that butt slide and carry your speed a bit better because you don't take the fall damage. Okay, we are seeing Chub Jump Wall kick out of Tabascoth, and he did nail it. Down here, going up the elevator shaft. Is a 2-second time save gonna make the comeback happen? No, not necessarily, but it will sure help. Nice THI secrets from Drogie as well. That's one of the most difficult stars in the stage. There's just a lot of tricky movement in a very small, buggy area because the tiny island is quite poorly constructed, if I'm being honest, Nintendo. You really didn't try to make it all that playable. Alright, got those piranhas done. One of my Mario friends, his name is Rock Chalk. He has an emote called THI Sucks. Just putting that out there. Rock Chalk is also like quite good. He has a 141. He was top 10 at one point, but he actually quit playing for a few months to focus on school because he's like a med student and he's got like, you know, very important like board exams. But yeah, that's another story. In the meantime, we got 100 coin for Drogie's secrets for Tabascoth, bopping that little Goomba, and you can see why this star is so painful. Some might use a bit more colorful language. Trying to get that third secret. That's actually where you enter in for Wiggler's Cave, where you'll see Drogie enter in just a second. It's kind of cool to see the race parody, because you see the tiny island and the huge island at the same time. But yeah, there you go. Killing the Koopa. You got the shell as well. Get some nice blue coin action here. And entering into the most punishing part of the run, where if you die, you actually lose more time than anywhere else in the run. Alright, nice side flip dive up to the blue switch. Looks like he's got it. Quite solid there. Tabascoth's gonna dive and barely make it back into the water. You can dive all the way out to your death, but he's trying to find the loading zone. Where is it at? He's under it. Alright, making it in. Oh, thank you, Terrier. God, I'm embarrassing myself. Lance, why you do this? Alright. Wiggler, the last mini boss of the run. Backflipping. Don't worry, nothing will happen. Actually missed the star. Take it back. Good Wiggler fight for Drogie as well. More THI action. What more could you want from life? I don't know. We've got Top of the Huge Island going to come out for Drogie here. You kind of do the same thing for the last couple stars. Oh, here we go. We got 100 coin for Tabascoth. Pretty good maneuvering around that small island. I don't know. THI is okay. I don't know if all the stars are great. Like Koopa Race, I don't know. Piranhas, I don't know. But I don't know if it sucks as much as Rock Chalk says it does. Don't tell him I said that. Just kidding. I think TTM is honestly quite fun. But Dry World is generally the most favored. Because it is pretty sick. Alright, Tabascoth getting a nice kill on the Koopa. You kind of want to roll out into him so that way you get the... Oh no! That's a big mistake. He's going to have to do a kind of stupid backup here. Alright, getting the ledge grab. Going for the long jump. There you go. Pretty good recovery. I do not have the coronavirus, don't worry. I've just been talking for the last hour and 20 minutes. There's like a Monka S with a, health mask on, and I think that's kind of good. I'm out of water. I should really get a big bottle. But I just had like a fairly normal sized, like, well, maybe a bit more than normal sized glass of water. And I drank that. Bit of a missed ledge grab there from Drogie at the top. Getting skill of the mountain. I don't understand these. Oh, it's Sweat. I was like, why is... I'm going to try to say your name again. Teria. Using a water emote, but yeah. Bit of Sweat there. We have from Monkey Cage. This is kind of an interesting one. Okay, missing the grab. That's kind of the first part of this star. Oh. Taking a big fat L. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to hold on. Jump up here. Free him. And then this puts him in a state where, like, he's not actually falling out of your hand when he should. And when you ground pound over there, he actually falls out of your hands and teleports to be beneath you. So it actually looks... You actually skip a lot of his walking animation. Alright, Drogie finally getting breathtaking view from Bridge. But now he's got to do 100 coin and the kind of easier stars, which would be Breeze and Box Star. But if he goes for Breezeless, then he goes from being the easiest to the hardest in like for a short star. I think this is low-key difficult 100 and they're actually synced like almost perfectly. This is kind of nuts. You'll actually see like what good movement looks like. Tabascoth going for an alternate route. This is also really cool to look at. He is not going to spawn the star here. In fact, he's going to get the last red coin at the end. This is a kind of optimization that saves about a second, but requires doing some different maze movement. So you know, not everyone, or not a lot of people do it, really. Drogie missing 1 coin there, can make it up on the slide. Tabascoth doing the C up slide, Drogie doing this as well. This essentially removes the limit of Mario's acceleration so that you can get a lot more speed in that opening stretch. And Tabascoth finishing up with 98 coins. Drogie gonna be finishing up with 94. Oh, I was actually... Oh, 99. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So Drogie's gonna get a bomb, but Tabascoth is actually gonna run over here and spawn the star up on top of this little rock. Oh, missing that 1 coin. Good news is you have a couple extra bombs. What is Tabascoth doing? Hello? Oh, wait a minute. Is it stuck? No. I don't know what he's doing. It is possible to have the star spawn in a wall or like in a ceiling and you can't get it. That is really, really bad if it happens. Oh, missed breezeless attempt for Drogie. That's a very difficult strat because you have to once again maximize your height on the wall kick and get good positioning so you can ground pound into the wall and clip through the fence. Alright, we are down to the last star in Tall Tall Mountain. So this is kind of what I love about this game. Like, you know Nintendo put this box here for a reason. They wanted you to figure out what you could do with it. And in this case, we've done exactly that. Alright, we are actually getting into the final stretch. This is the last stage in upstairs, and then we have what we call Tippy, which is like the very top of the castle, which involves Tick-Tock Clock, Rainbow Ride, Cloud Stage, and Bowser in the Sky. Probably one of the most, probably the second hardest part of the run after Basement, and definitely the hardest to do in the context of the run when you're on PB pace to actually do Tippy well. Now, a race is a different setting, but just being at the end of the run, if you've got a bit of fatigue, if your hands are, you know, a bit stiff, cold even, that's huge. There's a lot that can go wrong up here. And in Snowman's Land, you're not going to lose time from dying, but you are going to lose time from bongs, you know, bad RNG, chasing coins. And you could lose your shell on 100 coin. That's maybe the worst thing that can happen. Alright. Pretty good reaction to this RNG from Drogie. The coins went all over the place, but he was able to kind of get on top of it. Because you can only miss 1 in this route, and it's kind of likely you will miss 1 from that first money bag. Oh my god, he went for a very fast transition without going neutral. Okay, Bebop. Okay. See, that's another way you can lose time, you know, getting stuck on slopes and walls. Lots of annoying things. You can also run into enemies all the time. Here, the Igloo. Will he do anything kind of fancy for the coins? He did that double jump, and that's actually a very nice way to get those coins. A lot of people will see him jump and slide flip, but that's actually just a little bit slower. Nice dive kill on the spin jump punching. Punching actually sets your speed in the water, so that way when you jump out, you will actually go for the same distance. This is very useful, so that when you lure the spin drift, you know when you can actually jump out of the water. That was a sick money bag. Shmoney. Tabascoth getting Snowman's head. Haha.
Here we go! Here we go!
Alright, now these last couple are pretty easy, relatively speaking, of course, as Drogie absolutely messes it up.
Here we go!
Tabascoth showing how you triple jump and jump, short jump dive. But it is actually a bit of a spacing issue to get that star just right. And the ice means that, like, you do have to be kind of sharp. It's not something you should mess up, really, but, like, it's understandable if it happens every now and then.
Here we go!
One thing you will kind of learn from playing this game is that nothing is actually free. Even what you would like to think it is. I will be back in like 30 seconds.
Here we go!
Oh my god, he missed Wilco clip. That's so sad. Alright, Cloud City, so it's pretty cool just to see the flying strats. And it's very dangerous. If you fall here, you will actually go outside the castle. So you will have to go all the way, like, up the castle to get back up here. Good reaction from Tabascoth on the money bag. That was like a very good course he plotted out. Alright, Drogie getting into this cannon. Alright, Drogie going for the typical coin order. The last one, though, you have to use the top of Mario's hitbox to grab the coin. That was insane, the flying there. He went really fast at it. Usually people will slow down way more. But you want to grab that without actually going... Oh, interesting camera angle. That will not work, my friend, I'm sorry. Yep, Tabascoth not getting it. Has to go open the door normally. I respect the ambition. But now we are really in Tippy. Tabascoth has low-key been picking it up. He's kind of made a comeback. All right, TikTok clock 100 coin. This is a very difficult star. Takes a lot of practice. And there are so many ways to fall down. Oh my god, as I say that, I look to my right and Tabascoth falling outside the castle, pretty much losing all the lead that he had tried to, or like all the comeback that he had been trying to build. You can see why this is so rough, because you have to go all the way back up.
Here we go! Here we go!
I mean, decent castle movement, but when you're in this situation, it's hard to feel good about it. Ooh. He went for it again and missed it. So that's going to be a pretty big coffin for Tabascoth. Drogie did end up finishing TDC 100 and is kind of moving along. I don't know what he's doing.
Here we go!
All right. Nice firstie on the wall kick for Drogie. Tabascoth finally getting the first few coins. Well, I mean, he did, but like, he's finally back in the cannon. Drogie going for these time moving stars, going for pin the pendulums. A bit of an awkward cycle, but he ends up getting it. Alright, Drogie, another nice triple jump dive up there, rolling into the cage. Very smooth. Meanwhile, Tabascoth has an opportunity on TDC 100. I don't know if he's feeling good about it or not, but like, this is a star that often doesn't go how you think, for better or for worse.
Here we go! Here we go!
Alright, big jump kick there. Did not go for the safety red, so he needed to double back for that last yellow coin. But with 90, he can comfortably get up there and grab that 100 coin star. And Drogie gonna be missing the first triple jump wall kick. So that triple jump is kind of difficult because the platform is spinning, which means, in my opinion, like, you don't actually have all 5 frames to wall kick here. You actually have to do it on like the first 3 or 4. But another miss, like this time going for lag 2 bounce, gonna back it up with triangles. Able to get that long jump over here. So losing some time for sure. But you know, he is at least able to get these stars. And I think like at that point, like at this point in the race, like he's, you know, more than okay in terms of time. Alright, going for lag 2 bounce again. See, he's going for the single jump bounce, which I really, really like. I think he needs to like to turn for a bit longer before starting the single jump. But like you can see, it's a very good strat. I like it a lot, and I think more people should do it. But anyway, he's got the first one. So there's 100 coin, which you open a cannon in, and there's lac 2 bounce, which you use the cannon. So you have to do the 100 coin before the second lac 2 bounce. And I don't think he's done it yet. No, he's not. So this is what he's going for. And what was that? Suicide from Drogie. Did not get the ledge grab he was looking for. Alright, second try. Good RNG. Getting this cycle on the swinging pendulum. You can long jump and land right on it. In the meantime, Tabascoth showing off some nice movement here for time jumps on moving bars. Very methodical and under control. Okay, wow, I'm surprised he skipped ledge grab there, referring to Drogie. But he's now in the red coin maze. This is something that I'm a bit of an expert in. But it's always kind of a difficult part of the star. Alright, Tabascoth, his last star in TikTok clock, red coins. Then he'll be in the Rainbow Ride, the final main stage of the game, along with Drogie, who was just about to go on the most interesting trip of the run, the carpet ride. What the? Yeah. Okay, Drogie. If he's actually doing carpet tricks, I might, like, lose my mind. Carpet tricks are when you jeopardize your run, which, if you fall off the carpet, you will lose, like, a good 2 minutes. And you do crazy stuff to look cool. I mean, it is kind of cool. But at the same time, like, you're just asking to have the game poop on your face. Tabascoth first lac 2 bounce is good. Crazy camera. But he at least knows what he's doing with it. Tabascoth not so lucky with the fly guy, will not be getting any coins from that, so he will have to get every coin from here on out to avoid spawning the red coin star. And he's also not getting a good cycle for the pendulum long jump. In fact, what the issue was is that he wall picked too high, which meant he couldn't land and actually turn well enough. Alright, Drogie finally almost at the end of this carpet ride. There's a side flip wall kick here at the very end to grab the star. Saves a bit of time for waiting with the carpet to come up. Tabascoth still trying to get in the maze. Bob on pushing him around. Missed one, will have to go grab the one beneath. Which he does, so fair play. Drogie missing another lac 2 bounce, going for Rainbow Ride red coins. This is the same maze, but you actually do have to get every coin. And that's the key one. You have to like get this belly slide, which doesn't actually go over that the slanted part, but you still have to just barely grab the red. So that's pretty difficult. Alright, still going for this lac 2 bounce here. Hitting that right on the head. and a good pull grab. Not like the best, but like, you know, you don't want to be spamming B forever. And this will be an interesting lag reduction as well. Oh my god, why would you do that? Oh my Lord Jesus Christ, he is a madman. I can't believe you would lag reduce and YOLO that angle, because if you miss, you die. Like, you just fly off. So that's nuts, in my opinion. But hey, that's just me. And of course, Tabascoth riding the old reliable carpet. If only there was a way to skip it. Bit of a swag from Tabascoth going for the intentional bonk, I guess. Alright, Drogie on pace to win. Going for... I mean, that's technically faster, but it's not. He is on 147 pace, maybe 148. I would say 148. Oh. All right. Nice peek over the gap here. Coming up on the flame skip. You want to do a neutral side flip for max height, and then you roll out into another jump dive. I started going for the normal camera. It's not even laggy. I don't know why Drogie feels the need to reduce lag that's not there. Kappa. I'm also interested to see how the Hori behaves, if we're going to have any more shenanigans like Fire C. I'm sure he's wondering about that too. But first he's got to grab this star. Will he go for the wall kick? Boom. Right over the gap. Tabascoth showing you how tricky triangles is supposed to be done. Very cool star. Big fan. Alright, Drogie. Hori apparently not cooperating. I know he has a steel stick, so he should be fine. But like... this is some... very weird stuff. There's definitely a controller issue going on here, I can confirm that. Cannot find the B button, apparently. Okay, going for the spins. Alright, hitting it. Okay, looks like he's found the B button, or at least it's decided to start working. Lots of lag here from the fire. That's another thing. You don't want him to be able to open his mouth. Alright, 2 throws down. 147 on the cards. And he's gonna nail it. Good job from Drogie, able to come back from quite a few mistakes and, you know, have a pretty solid race time. And you could even see Tabascoth get like a 150 here, which wouldn't be all that bad. Unfortunately, 149 is not on the table anymore. But like, to consider what happened in Cool Mountain, that was like 2 minutes. Something else oh yeah, dying in Cloud like twice. That's another 2 minutes. So yeah, some pretty fat memes that he would be able to save time on more often than not. You would hazard a guess. Alright, Tabascoth also want to mention, to shout him out, he holds the bit single star record. He's the fastest person to do this stage while collecting the red coin star. So that's kind of cool. Hello, is this Drogie? No, never mind. Alright, Tabascoth giving it another shot. Been missing a double jump input, but a nice quick turn. You don't see too many quick turns in the run, but I would like to see more of them. Nice speed kick as well. Love to see that one. Alright, going through the red coins here, pretty normal. Drogie actually did an optimization doing a triple jump dive to skip the second kick.
Here we go!
Nice angle here for Tabascoth. Getting a nice solid cycle here, and we are about to get it done. Alright, this will be it. Tabascoth potentially getting a 150. Alright, let's count them down. 1. 2. 3. Really good throws. I'm going to smack King Koopa down and take a little bit of an L in this race, but showing a lot of cool stuff as well. Like, a lot of it's not stuff that you would really see stick out too much, but like, these guys really know what they're doing, and it's a lot of fun to watch them play. So, good race. Congratulations, Drogie, on the W. But yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Good stuff from both of them. Did we want interviews after, or are they pretty much they're content with their races?
It's whatever they want. I could see them wanting to or wanting not to.
Oh, Drogie's got to dip out.
Yep. Well, that'll probably be it then. Did we get our Yoshi incentive?
We have missed it by $10.
Oh.
Do I just veto it? Drogie's not ready for it. Nah. We
Okay.
missed it. Unfortunate.
Hello.
Yoshi gives you lots of 1-ups, and you also get a shiny triple jump that lets you bounce around, which is cool.
Lets you not wall kick, by the way.
True.
What time did Drogie get?
147.
Yeah, 147.55.
Alright.
Any thoughts about the run, or just moving on?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, obviously I played pretty bad. I actually didn't think I'm capable of a time that bad. But apparently I am. But yeah, I don't know, it's like I played for a good cause. Like, it's not about like ego or anything. I'm happy to have been able to participate here.
And we're happy to
Alright.
have you here. And we're happy to see that CCM. But yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a ride. It was quite a wild ride.
Alright, well, thank you so much, all three of you. It was definitely something.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Good race overall.
All right. Have a good one,
Alright.
and see you around.